Well, I have started on a weight loss journey. On January 7th of this year, 2019, I went to my doctor and I let her know that I was struggling with a sugar addiction and I needed some help and some guidance, and I wanted to lose weight. So of course she did blood tests and ran stuff on me to make sure I was healthy to like embark on a weight loss journey and everything, which I highly recommend. If you haven't been to the doctor before losing weight or before deciding to lose weight, you should go. She really enlightened me on things that I could do, and it has helped. So January 7th, I went to see her, and one of the things we discussed was fasting. So I have been fasting for the most part. Weekends, I'm really, really bad. But for the most part, I have been fasting from dinner, the end of dinner, the night before, all the way until dinner the next day. Now, sometimes I can't make it. Sometimes I'll eat something for lunch, but normally I can fast from dinner to dinner. Whenever my family is home on the weekends and my husband is here and all my kids and I'm cooking, I have a hard time not eating what I cook. That's another struggle, but right now I'm working on fasting at least Monday through Friday all day long. I think they call it a 24-hour fast. I don't know, but after I get home from the doctor, I looked it up, and it's something like that, something like a 24-hour fast. So, or similar to a 24-hour fast. Okay, so that was something that she suggested that I started to do, and I've done it, and I like it. It's hard. You have to remember that hunger comes in waves, and those waves will subside. So if you can get through this wave, you're going to be just fine. I mean, another one's going to come up, but just keep pushing through. So another thing that she did was she put me on Wellbutrin. I started with 150 milligrams a day for the first week, and then I went up to 300 milligrams a day after that, and that is what I have been taking. It has been almost 5 weeks, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It has been almost 5 weeks, and I have noticed some improvements. Now, they say that Wellbutrin is supposed to give you energy, and that's one of the ways that helps you lose weight, but I have to say that I do not have as much energy as I normally do. Now, that could be because I have incorporated a lot of exercise into my daily routine, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like not mopey, but just not as driven as I was before. I mean, I could get up in the mornings and spend the entire day cleaning my house and just be happy as a clam while I did it. But now I have a hard time doing that. I, will do laundry only once a week instead of 3 times. And I have noticed a change in that, but my weight is dropping. So I have not stood on the scale in a minute because today is Tuesday, and I ate bad this weekend. But the last I checked, I was down 14 pounds since January 7th, and I have dropped 2 to 3 sizes in my jeans and a whole size in my tops. And this is just since the 7th, so this is like in 5 weeks. My jeans, I put on 2 sizes smaller yesterday, and then this morning whenever I got up, I put on a 3 size smaller than what I was wearing on January 7th, and it fit again. So I do not think that I can go any lower than that, because after I get past that point, pretty much all of my jeans are in odd sizes and not even, because my body shape is like a junior, and I believe that your odd size jeans are your junior sizes, and that's what I have. That is small. So I don't have anything other than odd sizes after this point. And so if I lose any more, I will be in a junior size. I have about 40 pounds left to lose or more, but I am totally doing this. So my daughter Logan has been coming over to work out with me in the mornings, or for me to work out with her. And we mix it up. We do whatever we want. We'll do yoga. I mean, we just bought a DVD at Target, beginner's yoga. We'll do Butt Bible by Pauline Nordine. We'll do Shaun T, Beachbody, because everybody loves Shaun T. If you don't know who Shaun T is, you need to get a little piece of him in your life. I'm just saying. We did got a Jillian beginner cardio workout that we really like that has some weights. But I have so many workouts and so many routines that we just mix it up. We just do whatever we feel like doing that day, as long as we burn calories and we work out and we get our bodies moving. That's the main point. Especially for me, I work from home, so I'm sitting behind a desk pretty much 24/7, and that's really, really hard on someone who's trying to lose weight. I'm not standing and walking or bending and stooping or anything. I'm just sitting in this nice, comfortable, relaxed chair, typing on my computer and getting stuff done for, myself and my employer. So it's hard for people with limited mobility for 8 hours of the day due to their job to actually lose weight. And then in the evenings, whenever my husband my kids come home, my husband comes home from work and my kids come home from school, they want my attention. So I pretty much have to go in the other room and sit down and listen to them. And then my husband wants me to sit next to him while he's, and hang out with him in the evenings, so we haven't seen each other all day. And I want to do that too. I want to do those things too. I want to listen to my kids and I want to spend time with my husband. So it's difficult for me to keep moving, right? So I'm very, very thankful for Logan, and I'm thankful that she is doing this journey with me. So I've tried to cut out on sugar, and I was doing really good. I've had sugar probably 2 times since January 7th because I have a major sugar addiction. The first time, and I've only had fast food once. So the other day, my daughter and I live in the country. I live on 40-acre farm in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's not even considered a town, right? It's just like a township. And so there's nothing. So my youngest daughter, Leighton, and I, we drove to the big city, which is almost an hour away, to go to Target and a grocery store and Walmart. And while we were there, I really got super hungry. Now, normally I can get through that, right? I can just ride the wave. Well, she was hungry too, and she wanted some food. Okay, well, I have been driving through places and getting her food and not getting myself any and being just fine all the way up until this day. For some reason that day, I was hungry. So I went ahead and I had myself some Jack in the Box, and I could not eat it all, but I did eat more probably than I should have. I had 1 burger and 2 tacos and maybe 10 French fries. So none of that was good for me. The bread on the burger was not good for me. The tacos, they're fried tacos, okay? If you ever been to Jack in the Box, they have fried tacos and they're so good. And then I dip everything in ranch. So it was not good. And then I was still really, really craving. I was still hungry. I don't know if giving my body something that I had neglected giving it for so long just made my cravings more intense or what. But then later in the evening, my daughter has pep band, right? So she was playing at pep band and I had to go and pick her up. And on our way home, she was all like, Mom, it's my time of the month, and Dairy Queen is right here, because we do have like 2 or 3 restaurants in this tiny town that's about 7 to 10 miles from down the road after we get out. Anyway, there's a little town down the way, and there are 3 fast food restaurants. She's like, so we are going to be passing by Dairy Queen. Can I please get some ice cream? Yes. Yes, you can. So we got in the car and we drove to Dairy Queen, and we all got a small ice cream. I got one for my husband and for my daughter and for myself. And I ate the whole small ice cream. So that was my first time having fast food and my first time having sugar. I am kind of lactose intolerant. I have not been like diagnosed lactose intolerant, but whenever I eat ice cream or a whole bunch of milk, like for cereal or anything like that, or macaroni and cheese, like a lot of macaroni and cheese, I get sick. Like my stomach is upset, and sometimes I'll throw up, sometimes I'll have diarrhea, sometimes I'll just be sick to my stomach. So for me to eat ice cream, I don't really eat ice cream because it makes me sick. So for me to eat ice cream, I really freaking wanted that ice cream, right? Okay, so I had fast food that time, and then I had sugar, and then about 2 days ago, my husband and I were at the grocery store. Okay, we were not at the grocery store. We were at Walmart, because that's the closest grocery store to us, which is still 40 minutes away. So we were at Walmart doing our grocery shopping, and they have Chewy Gobstoppers. Now, I don't know if you're a Chewy Gobstopper fan or not, but many years ago, maybe not many, but at least 8 years ago, there was this candy, Chewy Gobstoppers, that came out and was introduced to the world, and they were so good. And I would eat them and eat them and eat them and eat them. They're my favorite candy ever. And then all of a sudden, they disappeared. They did not make them anymore. They were discontinued. They didn't have them. Guess what we found at Walmart? It even says new on the box. It is not a new candy. I've been loving this candy forever. So, I didn't just buy 1 box. I bought 13. But I did eat one. I did eat one of the boxes. And now I'm talking, you know how you go to the dollar store and you get like those square rectangle boxes of candy for $1 or 98 cents or whatever? That's the size that I'm talking about, okay? There's probably 50 pieces of candy in this box. I did eat myself some Chewy Gobstoppers. I put the rest of them up in my pantry where I cannot see them. And I know you're not supposed to reward yourself with food, but I've waited 8 years for these to come back. And I didn't think they were ever going to come back. And if you haven't had Chewy Gobstoppers, you need to go have yourself some Chewy Gobstoppers. So I'm going to reward myself my 10-pound weight loss each time with some of my absolute favorite candy that I didn't know even re-existed. So those are the 2 times that I've had sugar, and then that's the 1 time I've had fast food. I do, I'm sure that I eat food with sugar in it, but I don't think I eat a whole bunch of food with sugar in it. I really limit myself to minimal fruits and vegetables and protein, and then some carbs. And I know carbs are bad, and I'm cutting out sugar right now. I can't do 2 things at once. There will be nothing. I'll be grumpy Melina. We don't want that. So I'm starting with sugar because I know that it's my major addiction. So like last night I had salad, and I probably had 2 cups of lettuce in this big huge bowl. And there's a restaurant over in Florissant, Missouri, where I grew up, that is called Cannolis, and it is so good. And it's like an Italian restaurant, of course, Cannolis. And Cannolis sells their homemade dressing. And just like Olive Garden sells their dressing or Emos sells their dressing, okay, maybe you don't know who Emos is because you're not from St. Louis. Get yourself some Emos. Okay, so I had about 2 cups of lettuce and maybe 4 tablespoons of this cannolis dressing, and I am like saying more tablespoons than I probably had because I don't want to be under on my calories. And then I had a hamburger patty that my husband made, and I just had 1 piece of cheese over the top of it, and then drizzled with ketchup and mustard, just a tiny drizzle for the taste, and that was all. No bun, nothing else with it. And then I had probably 5 low-fat Fig Newton cookies. I know I probably shouldn't have had those cookies. However, I was way under my calorie limit for the day, and I had expended more calories than I consumed, and that's really the goal. And I don't think that having some low-fat Fig Newtons at the end of my day, or during the time when I can eat because I'm fasting, is really going to hurt too much. Now I'm sure that those have probably some sugar in it. I'm trying to think what else I've had that probably has sugar in it. Multi-grain Cheerios. I do like multi-grain Cheerios, and they are coated with something sweet. They're not like regular Cheerios, so I'm sure that that's something sweet as sugar. I probably only ate them 4 times in the last 5 weeks, though, and I'm not talking like a big, huge bowl with milk and all that. I'm talking like you're just eating some Cheerios from the box. And then I did have some oatmeal also one day, and I like to put like milk and butter in my flavored oatmeal, so I'm sure that my flavored oatmeal had sugar in it. But none of those things caused me to really have a sugar craving. And I think that if me having a couple of Fig Newtons after my dinner stops me from craving anything more, I'm okay with it because I'm still under my calories. I'm still fighting my sugar addiction, and I'm still doing a really good job. I would, after dinner, like my husband and I in the living room have like a couch with recliners on it, right? And in the middle of the 2 recliners is like this little thing that opens up and you can put your remotes in it. I had it full of candy. I had it full of like chewy sprees and all kinds of stuff. And I like chewy candy. And I would sit there and eat that candy and a bag of chips, share a bag of chips or half a bag of chips. I would eat a whole bag of chips with my husband in the evening. And we would sit there and do a puzzle, or we like to color, actually, believe it or not. So we would sit there and do, spend time together, and I would munch the whole time. I'm not doing that anymore. That was really hard for me to quit. Eating in the evenings is something that I enjoyed doing. So for me to be able to not do that anymore and just instead have a couple of the healthiest cookies I can pretty much find, I think I'm doing okay. So I'm probably going to weigh myself later today. Today is I'm working out on my own because Logan is working. So after I work out and I do my stuff, I am going to probably weigh myself. Now tomorrow Logan's coming over, and we have decided that we are both addicted to the TV show The Magicians. And now I don't watch television too much, and I don't even have cable in my house. I just strictly use Hulu or Netflix if I really want to watch something, and I think I pay less than $20 a month for both of those services. Why am I going to spend over $100 on cable? Anyway, so there is one show, The Magicians, where on Netflix, it's not shown on Hulu, and on Netflix you don't get it until the following year. And I love The Magicians, and I found it through Netflix, and so whenever it comes out, I buy the season on Amazon. Okay, long story short, tomorrow Logan is bringing over her Roku. We're going to hook it up to the television downstairs in the exercise room. gym area, and we will only watch The Magicians from this point forward while working out or walking on the treadmill. We will not allow ourselves to watch our favorite show unless one of those two things is happening. I'm trying to find ways to motivate myself as well as my daughter. She motivates me, but I need ways that I'm continually motivated, and not just because my daughter walks in the door saying let's exercise. So I think that's a really good idea, and we're going to move the treadmill and move the weightlifting bench. And I actually have a program that I bought from Fighter Diet, Pauline Nordine again from the Butt Bible. I actually have a program that I bought from her, and I can't remember what it's called exactly, Super Shred or something. Anyway, there is a weightlifting dumbbell, type workout that goes along with it. And so Logan and I have decided that we will binge the Magicians, and we will walk on the treadmill and do this workout with Pauline at least once a week because we want to see this show. Now, let me tell you how addicted we are to this show. Before it came out, this is, I think, season 3. Before it came out this time, I watched all of the other seasons from season 1, episode 1, all the way up until where it was getting ready to start again. You know how many times I've done that? Many times. Not only that, but then once the season released on Amazon, they give you 1 episode per week. I am watching all the previous episodes of this current season up until that episode, and then watching that episode every time. So like if there's 12 episodes this season, I will watch episode 1 12 times, episode 2 11 times, episode 3 10 times, and so on, because I will watch it again from the beginning all the way through. I can't help it. I really just like this show, and I always find something that I've missed and something else that I learned. So that is my goal for tomorrow and the weeks continuing. Is the only way that I'm going to allow myself to watch The Magicians is by working out and walking on the treadmill. I did this before with Orange is the New Black. I loved that show, and whenever I found the series, I just started binging it. Well, it was so much that it was too much. So I got on my treadmill, which at that time my treadmill was in my office, but I got on my treadmill and I walked and walked and walked all the way through that season, and I probably lost 5 pounds, but I wasn't dieting, I wasn't doing anything, I was just trying to be a little more healthy. Well, I'm tired of just being a little more healthy. Now is the time for me to get healthy. September 4th of this year, I will be 40 years old. I am one of those people that I don't tell people my age. I don't want anyone to know that I'm 40. I'm sure that I'm one of those people that looks at others that you went to high school with, and I'm in denial that I look the same age as them because they all look so old. They all look 40. I don't want to look 40. The best way to keep yourself looking and feeling young is to exercise and to eat right. And damn it, that's what I'm going to do. I cannot go into being 40 and overweight at the same time. I cannot do that to myself. I love myself way more than to do that. So this year, 2019, is the year of perfection. It is the year of drinking 8 glasses of water a day. I don't really drink 8 glasses of water, but I do drink the recommended amount of water for my body and my weight, because 8 glasses is not ideal for everyone. And that's another thing. If you haven't gone to the doctor before you started a weight loss program, you really need to go. They will hook you up and tell you stuff like that. I have dropped almost 3% of my body fat also in the last 5 weeks. And I'm super excited because I know that that number is like more relevant to your weight loss than the scale number. You know, that tells you how much fat you have on your body compared to muscle and all that stuff. So I'm really proud that I've lost 3%. And even though I did not eat really, really good this weekend, I am knowing that I went down 2 to 3 sizes in pants and then went down a whole size in my shirts makes me excited to stand on the scale later today. Now, I am a serial weigher. I love to weigh myself. I will weigh myself 5 times a day. That's probably the max, 5 times a day. I like to get up in the morning and weigh myself. I take all my clothes off. I take my little clip out of my hair. I take my glasses off. I have nothing. I have my ring on. I have nothing else. Nothing, stripped down to nothing. And then I stand on the scale. And then I see what it says. And then I get off. It's like electronic because it like tells you your body fat and all that. And so I get on it and I see what it says and I stand off. And I wait for it to reset, and then I stand on it again because I just want to make sure it was right the first time. And I see what it says, and normally it's the same thing 2 times in a row, but that's fine. I don't care. I have to do it 2 times. It's like OCD. So I do that first thing in the morning, and then I'll start my fasting, and then I will exercise. Now, after I exercise, I will go take a shower, and I will again strip everything off and stand on the scale 2 times and see what my weight is. Well, then after I get out of the shower, I do it again. Even though my hair, and I have long hair. If you watch my videos, my hair is not short. Even though my hair is full of water, I will get out of the shower again and go into my closet. I have a huge closet. And I will go into my closet and stand on my scale 2 times and see what I weigh. You know, I'll take everything off. I'll no clip, no glasses, no towel, no nothing. And actually, I normally weigh like a half a pound less when I get out of the shower. And I don't know why. I just washed all the grime off of me or something. I don't know. So I weigh myself then. And then I continue to fast if I can. You know, it comes in waves. So I'll continue to fast, and then in the evening, right before I eat dinner, I will go in the other room and I will just take all of my clothes off, and I'll stand on the scale 2 times and see what I weigh. Then I'll put all my clothes back on and I'll go back out there. If I don't like the number that I saw, that tells me how much I'm eating at dinner. It tells me the types of things that I'm eating at dinner. It will only be protein and vegetables, or, you know, yeah, that's fine. I'll go ahead and let myself have some, you know, a baked potato. But if that number is what I really, really, really don't like it, I'll go out there, I'll just eat vegetables, and then after that, I'll go stand on the scale again. Just to remind myself, just eating these vegetables is adding this much weight to your body. So you need to watch it. Well, I know that serial weighing is like not the best thing to do, but it's like an addiction for me whenever I'm losing weight. I have to know what I weigh. For me not to have weighed myself in a few days now, it's because I knew that I ate Jack in the Box and Dairy Queen. That's why. And also my husband cooked dinner for me, I think it was Friday night. Yeah. He cooked dinner for me Friday night, and I'm usually the person who makes dinner, but he made steak and it was probably 12-ounce steak. And I made some white cheddar macaroni and cheese, and I can't remember what our vegetable was. But I ate that stuff. I had a little bit of macaroni and cheese, I had my vegetable, and I ate all of that steak. And I normally don't eat red meat whenever I'm dieting, but I did. So knowing that I did that, and then knowing that, and then the next day I ate it big again because my mom comes down and spends every other weekend here on the farm with us. She has a cottage over like across our driveway. And I made, what did I make? I made roast beef with carrots and potatoes and celery. And I did eat some of that. And then the next day, I can't remember what I made. I made chicken, and then I had just a vegetable. So that wasn't too bad. But then Sunday night, no, last night we had barbecue, and we had the burgers and all that. I also made a pasta salad. I did not eat the pasta salad, but I might have licked my fingers a few times with all that mayonnaise on there, and so that does contribute to my calorie count. I didn't write it down in my little food journal diary thing, but I do have a taste of stuff every now and then. I'm struggling. I'm really, really struggling. It's hard whenever you need food to survive, whenever your body is telling you you need food to survive, and you don't allow yourself to have that intake. It is a mental struggle for sure. But that's okay. You know what? I'm going to get through this, and I'm going to lose the weight before my birthday. And I'm going to do a really good freaking job at it too. And I'm going to let you guys know about my progress and how I'm doing. I hope that I can lose 10 pounds a month, 8 pounds a month, 8 to 10 pounds a month. That's what my goal is right now. I know that I've lost 14 pounds in 5 weeks, and I still don't know what I'm at really currently right now. However, that was right at the beginning. And normally when you first start a weight loss, you do drop weight pretty quickly. You know, you're dropping water weight and fluid retention and all that stuff. So, you know, I'm going to be focusing though on losing only 2 pounds a week. I'm not trying to starve myself. I'm not trying to make myself sick. I really like food, and I'm going to still eat, but I'm going to do this all under my doctor's supervision and with her help. And I just also want to say that I've been back to the doctor 3 times in these last 5 weeks. I'm getting ready to have surgery in April, and so I have a lot of upcoming doctor visits. And the surgery means I'm constantly being weighed on the same scale over and over, so that way I can keep track of what I have and haven't lost. So I'm wearing the same clothes each time that I go, and I am wearing like the same shoes, and I always set my jacket, and it's freezing cold here in the polar vortex Midwest of St. Louis area, but I'll put my jacket in my purse on the floor and I'll stand on the scale. So it's consistent each time, and hopefully that is helping to show me exactly what I'm losing. So I do use my scale at home, and I came home and I wore my clothes that I had on, and I set the scale to say exactly what it said the very first day at the doctor. And I might share those numbers with you in about 20 more pounds. I don't know. But whenever I lose a little more weight and I start feeling a little more confident about myself, I will share. I will share my numbers with you, and I will share my photos. I did take before photos. Yes, I did. I took before photos. They're hard to look at. They make me feel very ashamed of myself. Why in the world would I do this to me? I'm freaking great and awesome, and I love me more than anyone else. Why would I purposely poison my body with all these bad things that are making me overweight? I don't know. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to food. That's my addiction. Food is my addiction, and I will overcome it, and I will break it, and I will turn 40, and I will be proud of myself and all of my accomplishments in life, and proud of where my life is heading and what direction. I want my children to be proud of me. I want them to know that no matter how old you are and where you are in your life, that if something happens and you are faced with an obstacle, that you can't overcome it, that you just put one foot in front of the other and you keep going. So I hope that you will join me on this weight loss journey. I would like to post videos, hopefully weekly, to let you guys know how I'm doing. But if I haven't really had a bunch of progress or anything the past week, I might wait until something significant happens. But I could really use some kind words, some positive reassurance, some love from you all, to let me know that I'm doing a good job. Maybe you could tell me down in the comments what you did to help yourself lose weight, or are currently doing to help yourself lose weight. And maybe some things and tips and tricks that the doctors told you. I've heard of different weight loss medicines besides Wellbutrin. I said that I was feeling a little depressed because I was overweight and it was bothering me and I was getting anxiety. And so that is the reason why my doctor put me on Wellbutrin, as you know, compared to other weight loss drugs, because it's supposed to like kind of help with both, like depression and weight loss. So far, so good. I mean, I feel a lot better about myself. But let me know what you're taking or not taking. And if you are taking Wellbutrin, let me know how many milligrams and how it's working for you, how much weight you've lost, and how much of a time. Like, do you lose 100 pounds in a year, 80 pounds in a year, whatever, how long you've kept your weight off. Maybe you can tell me some tricks for helping to not drive through Dairy Queen and get ice cream, or not always want to eat them chewy gobstoppers. Oh my gosh, chewy gobstoppers, they're so good. Okay, so tell me tips and tricks that you have. I really want to know. I really want to learn from you, and I hope that you learned something from me today. All right, until next time. Wait a minute. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I post daily videos, sometimes more videos than just one a day. Look, today you had 2. My videos are normally DIY, anything from doing arts and crafts to organizing to cleaning. We're DIYing your entire life. So check my channel out, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Please let me know that I have the support that I need from all of these wonderful people around me, including you. And share this video with your friends. You never know. Someone else could need this message that I'm giving out, or maybe I need their message. Welcome to DIY Your Life. Please hit the subscribe button and click on the little bell next to it so you never miss an organizational or cleaning video. Share this video on your social media with all your friends and family, and please click the thumbs up button below. Thanks!